Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the very first booty, I'm going to say it like this, booty video for the channel for the year 2024. It is now February of 2024, and judging by the fact that I'm wearing this, tomorrow is Super Bowl. Is it 58? It's probably, I think it's 57 or 58. I think 57 was last year, but 58. Wait, yeah, I'm gonna say 58. but anyway, Packers did not get past the 49ers. So you going into the Super Bowl tomorrow, that's for you. But anyway, what you're here for, what we picked up in the month of January, it's actually a pretty big list, pretty significant. Next month, aka this month, February, is actually going to be even bigger because we got a gaming con coming up with the buds, and I'm really looking forward to purchasing some retro stuff, specifically for the Xbox console, because as you've heard in the news lately, Xbox is, I don't know if it's official yet, but they said they're going to have a business meeting next week discussing the future plans of Xbox. But I think the writing is on the wall that they're probably going to go the way of Sega. Unfortunately, they're going to just stop making hardware altogether and focus primarily on selling Game Pass to other services, the other platforms. That is the rumor anyway. It's not, it hasn't been confirmed that that's what's going to happen. But maybe I'll do a video on that. What are my thoughts on the future of Xbox? Because it's only lately that I've kind of like gotten back into the Xbox kind of groove of things and being more social, like actually playing online with people. Some I have yet to actually play online with, just because I just got this thing for February booty that will probably help my experience a little bit more playing online. But anyway, without further ado, what did I pick up in the month of January? Now, this first one I basically got for free because I redeemed my reward points, like I talked about last month, to get Final Fantasy X, which was the latter end of that $250, is it $250? About $250 worth of stuff from Amazon, pay off some of my pre-orders. This one probably being one of the most anticipated, at least for me, because I waited a whole damn year for it to finally come out on home video, and that is, of course, the quintessential quintuplets movie. The end of the actual story, and I don't care what anyone says about the new one. We haven't seen the new one, but it's really just OVAs with a different studio, stuff that was not covered in the from the manga, if you will. But this is the movie. It was quite pricey, but for me, like when I use my points to redeem for a gift card, and when you use a gift card, it don't matter because you got it for free. And I have watched it. I am in the planning stages of doing a review for the movie, but I'm trying to, make sure I cover all my bases with regards to, giving credit where credit is due. Like I don't want to be flagged for not presenting it in the proper light, acknowledging that Crunchyroll owns the rights to the distribution rights to the movie as well as the series. But it has a different, as you could see, I normally get rid of the slipcovers if the artwork is the same, but it's not, so I keep this one. So there's the actual Blu-ray slipcover, and then if you look on the inside, it came with this art card here, which is the beginning of the movie, and then if you take this out, it's got a picture of them as adults, or young adults, is when they're about 22. So that's like the end of the movie, and it does include the original Japanese, of course, because it's, but not the Blu-ray release. But promo videos, no real extra, which is why I was a little bit not bummed out, but disappointed at how high the actual item was. But I got it for free again because I paid for it with my points, and I was really looking forward to watching this again because I did see it in the theater twice, once in the sub and once in the dub. both times with Punk Ass Bitch. And they were both great. I mean, I have like memories of that, like watching it in the theater. But it was a grand old time. I have yet to watch the sub on the Blu-ray, but I will probably get around to that. And once I do that, then I'll start like, you know, writing down like a potential video idea, at least for the review portion of it. Next up, Punk Ass Bitch again, because we often talk about video games all the time, and like, oh, this series is so great, and I'm like, okay, you should play this if you like this. So he always talks about Dark Souls, right? So, and lately, because of Xbox, I went through a Ninja Gaiden phase, and I'm still kind of in a Ninja Gaiden phase, but it's on the back burner right now because I'm in a Castlevania phase right now, thanks to watching the anime on Netflix. But I don't want to know if I challenged him or not, but I said, I will go play Dark Souls if you will go and play Ninja Gaiden. And I'm a man of my word when he says, okay, if you can get it on Game Pass. So you can get the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection on Game Pass. So he did. He downloaded that. He's not playing that, though. He's playing through the original NES trilogy right now, because I lent him the NES Mini or NES Classic Edition, and he finished the first one with save states, so you technically didn't finish it, yes, bitch, but whatever. He's finished the first one, he's on the second one now, but me, I'm a little bit more slower. But again, I picked all three of these up as one. So we got the Dark Souls, I guess, trilogy. So Dark Souls 1, remastered, obviously. Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. Now, I can see why he really likes this series, namely because it's it's not the difficult, even though that's probably the selling point of it. It's known for being notoriously difficult, but it's unique in that you try and figure out stuff on your own, and it's in a medieval setting, and it's not really open world, but it's kind of like you're in it is that sandbox kind of game where you could go this way, you could go that way, you can run into something wrong, oh, you should have gone there, and you try every time to do it. So you get a little bit further every time you try something else. Try A, try B, try C. And that's what I've been doing, and I've actually been having fun with it. I haven't gotten very far in it because, you know, obviously distractions with, you know, playing other games, but it's probably my main thing I'm playing on the Xbox right now. When I, you know, okay, let's go play Dark Souls, like that kind of thing. And same with him. Like, he's not doing Ninja Gaiden all the time. He's like is switching back between Elden Ring and Pokemon and other things of that nature. But I've been digging the Dark Souls so far. It's pretty good. So next up on the list, because we were mentioning Ninja Gaiden, I believe it is next. Yes. And because I already own like the NES trilogy, like Rio carts and things like that, and I do remember renting Ninja Gaiden trilogy a lot as a kid, and that's one of those games that goes for a stupid amount of money, at least in its, I don't want to call it legit, but the original release. I think the cartridge is in the neighborhood of like $200 just for the cartridge. I've heard $400 at times, but $200 for an SNES cartridge is just, it doesn't sit well with me. 100 maybe, but it's not like it's super rare or anything. But anyway, I found this seller on Etsy because, as you know, I do like to buy reproduction boxes for when I was rebuilding my my retro collection. For stuff I didn't have the box for, I would buy retro boxes and cardboard and manuals and stuff and have them reprinted, just, you know, so it looks nice on the shelf. And I'm a big fan of retro like boxes and stuff, but I'd never really bought a reproduction cartridge. But I played the Ninja Gaiden trilogy on the SNES so many times as a kid, like renting it, so I pretty much know the differences between the NES versions and the SNES version. So lo and behold, I said, why not? I found this seller online. He was doing free shipping, and what the hell, I think it was like 40 some odd dollars for the cart, which is, hey, that's not too bad. So I decided, why not bite the bullet, and I got me a reproduction cartridge of the Ninja Gaiden trilogy. And obviously, how you can tell it's a reproduction cartridge is that on the bottom of it, right there, it's in white, but you can't read it. Well, maybe you can. It says made in Mexico. And most obviously, most of the games, like when you bought them back in the day, they say made in Japan or something like that. So that's automatically, you know, it's a reproduction cartridge. And then obviously, if you were to open this up, like to see the board and of the game and stuff like that, it would be totally different from traditional. I put this in upside down. A traditional SNES box. But after playing the game itself, and as I said, I have quite a good memory of that game, it was literally like identical to like what I experienced as a kid, like playing through it. And obviously I loved that, and I have played through this whole thing. I've played through all three, and I've beaten all three. And of course, it can't just be a loose cartridge on there. So yeah, I bought a repo box for it, as well as the manual. So there's the reproduction manual for it. And I was so impressed with the guy who did this, who I bought it off of. He's got other games there that are just, if you were to get a official copy, if you will, like from back in the day, they're just stupid expensive. And the next one on my list is Castlevania Dracula X, aka the SNES remake of Rondo of Blood. So I'm looking forward to getting that probably sometime next month. It'll probably be in an April or March or April booty video, I'm not too sure. But that'll be next. And because I am in a Ninja Gaiden phase, if you will, obviously you can't go have Ninja Gaiden without thinking about DOA. And DOA, if you were talking in terms of Xbox, was the reason I bought my original Xbox original, which is DOA 3, which I do have. But 5 was a turning point for me in the series because it changed the character models from not looking as anime looking. They were looking a little bit more realistic, at least in the face or the graphical department. And I'm a real big fan of that style. And that's also, I think, the first game in the series that featured voiceover. And the voiceover was really well done. It was really well done. And I've met some of the actors who have been involved with the voiceover of the game, and I do have DOA 6 autographed by the voice actress who voices Kasumi, that being Lauren Landa. But I didn't have a copy of 5 for the Xbox One, and I eventually saw it, somebody selling it for a decent amount, and actually for what the value of what it's worth on the game, at least for that time. So I picked that up, so DOA 5, and I was playing it a little while ago, and it's still as fun as I can remember. And all of the DLC that went with it was totally amazing. Of course, I do remember that on the PlayStation, I don't know if it's only exclusive to the PlayStation version of this, but I know there was a crossover with Senran Kagura at some point, and I didn't see that on the store. But in terms of extra characters, I was a little bit bummed that Mai Shiranui, who was I think the very last DLC character to be included in Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, is sadly no longer available, so I can't download her, which kind of sucks. But costume wise, it's out the wazoo. It's like totally amazing, like how much content there is in that, like, and how much stuff there is to be unlocked just by playing the game, like playing survival mode or playing tag team or playing just your straight of the mill story, not story, but just go fight each other and punch each other in the gut, that kind of thing. So I think it's one of the best fighting games I've ever played in a long time. Like I honestly would say I prefer DOA over Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. That's just me. But yeah. So next one is a figure that originally was supposed to come out in December or be released in December, but I didn't get it till January. I got billed for it in December though, but eventually she came, and she is the one to complete the Date series set from Guzmao, and that is of course Date style Itsuki Nakano. There she is. She was actually when I did the video for her a little while ago, like a couple of weeks ago, it was literally like the shortest video I ever made. So I learned I'm going to, I guess, strive to like make videos like that that are just straight and to the point, because I do tend to go off on tangents. But Itsuki Akino date style version. There you are. And relatively inexpensive too. Fortunately, there's no more because I have all 5 of them. Okay, next one on the list, because we're trying to get a little bit more sociable, with gaming and stuff like that. Like, I have friends at work who, they weren't the reason why I went and bought an Xbox Series X, but some of the games, like, I like to play online with people, and I'm not a stick in the mud, or I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not hard nose or hard ass or anything. Like, I say I won't play this kind of game. If I can play with people and earn achievements and trophies for free, just enjoying myself and their company, why not? And I will not shy away from sports games, because the last few years when I started getting into sports, like watching sports and following sports, have been some of the most interactive and joyous times of my life, especially like talking with family members or talking with coworkers about sports. It's been a real joy to actually have something to talk about and be on the same page, if you will, and in the loop. And I think that's great, and that it translates into the sports titles. So obviously with sports games, one comes out every year, and then, obviously the old one goes down in price. Now we're still kind of in the heyday of the 24 season, at least for football and hockey. And those 2 titles, NHL 24 and Madden 24, went on sale during the holidays, and then the sale came back around. So I picked up both of them. So I got NHL 24 for Xbox Series X and Madden, which goes for both. But I installed Madden on the Series X just because it can be played on that, and I would prefer to play it on that. And it's because of this that I got another thing which will be featured in next month's video, and I have yet to actually unbox that and set it up and play with it, kind of thing. But it is kind of essential for like playing NHL 24, like if you want to, get the overall definitive experience, if you will. But yeah, so I have played a little bit of them offline, and I'm more familiar with NHL because I have NHL 97 on my Super Nintendo from way back in the day, and it's totally different from NHL 24 because obviously stuff has gotten a little bit more realistic with players looking like the players, like the mocaps and all that kind of stuff. Plus there's licensed music in it, so you won't see me streaming that anytime soon to get a ding on my video. But yeah, the graphics are just insane on that. And Madden, first time playing Madden was Madden 24. And I've always heard that it was kind of a simulation type of game and you don't have free control. That's totally false. It's just, you got to just find a way to tweak it to your liking so that you can just play and then pick the play, and then you control the player, that kind of thing. So you do control the player all the way down the field. You just have to pick the play that works. And I don't care if I put it on easy or like remove all the penalties or anything. I still have to figure out how to remove the penalties on NHL. But I've been having fun with both of those. And next, we're almost at the end of this, folks. Next, Naruto Shippuden set number 2 on Blu-ray came out at the end of the month, and this features, I believe it's the end of the Rescue Gaara arc, and then goes into obviously Sai being recruited into the team and them trying to find Dickface Sasuke. That's all I'll have to say about that. Obviously, if you follow Naruto groups or any kind of meme thing, they always make fun of Sakura over there just because she's totally useless. And even people or friends who are just watching anime for the first time, trying to figure out the series or trying to watch what they think is popular, they say, yeah, Sakura is kind of useless. I really don't like her. And that's the general consensus. Like, I don't think that, but then again, I haven't seen all of Shippuden, but lo and behold, I am glad that they decided to put this on Blu-ray finally, so that, you know, I can actually collect it all. I don't know when the next set is coming out, but, you know, I got plenty of time, you know, to space that out. And then our final thing that I picked up, I actually did the unboxing video for this earlier today, and that is, of course, Nanodroid Alma, or Elma, from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And this is the pose I decided to put her in, yes, because she's a cute chubby wubby with her, and maybe a little bit horny too. But that's it for what I picked up in the month of January. But what you can look forward to on the channel, obviously, the next booty video will be, I don't want to, maybe it will be a lot larger than this one, but there's a couple things I know that will be center stage. And it's weird because I like to incorporate when we go to the local gaming con in Guelph, because we're going to do, obviously, pickups and stuff like that. And I kind of want to do kind of like this video, but for that specific con, what we picked up. And maybe I'll do a video about the end of Xbox, if that's what it boils down to. I'm just curious on what other people's thoughts are on, you know, the so-called direction that the company has taken. And all the rumors like Starfield showing up on PS5 or Halo showing up on PS5, who knows. But I do want to put this out there that I am trying my best, though, to make this video making a little bit more regular. It's just I've been a little bit busy and a little bit tired as of late. That's why I didn't film the unboxings, let alone this booty video, for quite some time. But at least it is coming at the right time, you know, like when it's relevant, if you will. I'm not too sure about streaming in the future. Right now, streaming I'm just putting on the back burner right now until I'm a little bit more comfortable with doing it, but also being a little bit more consistent in the sound department. I've noticed that whenever I try to stream something, when I have the free time, it's like the settings have changed on my computer without me doing anything. And I think there's always some kind of disconnect between the game audio and the speaking. So I'm thinking about investing in a microphone specifically, instead of using like a headset mic, like those cheap ones you buy off of Amazon or something like that. It worked before, but then you can't really define it as much as the microphone itself, as well as like the capture card and whatnot, and then actually control it properly. So I think maybe come tax time, like when I get a tax return, maybe I will invest in an inexpensive but decent mic, and I will buy it not from Amazon, but from some place like Canada Computers, where I can actually know that I'm buying something that is legit, if you will, or won't break down on me and is easy to find. But thank you very much for checking out the January 2024 booty video today. I just go on blank, my mind blanks sometimes, but I can tell you that the February booty video will feature not as many figures. Well, there was only 2 in this one, but there was only 1 pre-order I got for February, and I did the unboxing for her today, actually. She was an early February release. And there is probably 1 video, or anime, video/anime, that'll be part of that. And then I think the rest will be gaming related stuff. Some of the stuff that is over here that will help play with this, and maybe this, which is also coming to Game Pass, so you should download it. You want to play, let's play. Shibinero is my gamer tag. That, and then the big one. The very, very big one, which dropped a demo, or a first demo for the PS5 this past Wednesday? Or Thursday or Wednesday. The demo dropped. I spent 2.5 hours to 3 hours playing the demo, and I was really impressed. and I can't wait for the second update. That's coming on February 21st. I think it's coming on February 21st. But anyway, thanks very much for watching today. Be sure to take care of yourselves and each other. Be kind to yourselves and each other. Remember, kindness is king. And y'all keep up the awesomeness, and we'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.